So the next exercise I get people to do when they thought about their pricing and they're thinking about their competitive advantage is to think about how much it costs them to actually get in front of a customer. Now, I work a lot in what people call B2B, so businesses selling to other businesses. And it's not so easy to work out B2C. But in B2B world, one of the things that most companies have is a website. So if I sit down with a company and say, okay, so let's see how many visitors you've got to your website. And how much has it cost you to build your website, to plan the content, to buy the images that go on your website? How many hours did it take you or a copywriter to put all those messages on the website, put all the pages together? Then there's all the technical stuff that you pay for. Have I got Google Analytics added on it? Have I got forms that people can sign up if they want some information? So the whole business of building a website is a very big project that you're investing in. It's time and it's money and it's hassle. So let's add up how much did you spend on your website. Let's look at the visitors that are coming to your website if you're using something like Google Analytics, and then you can work out how much money it's actually cost your business per visitor. So the second thing that people use in the B2B world is quite often they will go and they'll exhibit. So it could be a big trade show, it could be an international trade show that only happens once every 3 or 4 years, it could be an annual event, or it could just be a local, for example, a Chamber of Commerce expo. But for whatever business that is, if you're working to schedules and getting your stand organised, there's quite a lot of investment goes into that. So again, most people would say, well, it costs me to buy the banners, and I might buy some pens, or I might buy some things I can give away to customers. They've quite often got a goldfish bowl for you to stick your business card in, and there'll be a prize. But that's not the whole cost. The cost is the time it takes you to prepare those things, the time it takes you away from your business to man the stand, the time it takes you to contact all your customers and potential customers and tell them you're going to be there, and then the follow-up time. So quite often with an exhibition, people say, well, it only costs me a few £100 or several £1,000, so that's just the cost of the stand. It's not the cost of exhibiting. There are other things that you could have been doing with that time that you have invested in the exhibition. So again, the exercise is, let's try and work out how much it cost you to exhibit and how many leads or contacts it generated, and then down the line, how many of those contacts turned into a sale. And you can start working out what the return on investment is. So we've worked out, and I don't know if you're frightened or maybe you're not frightened, but usually people look at that figure and it's a little bit scary. It's quite often a lot higher than they expected it to be. So it's really important when thinking about what your marketing is doing to focus on figures like that, because what we really want is a quality customer at the lowest cost. And what we're doing when we're marketing, if we're spending money but the messaging is wrong, what you put on your banner is wrong, the pen didn't work, the freebie that you put on your competition didn't bring you the right quality leads because everybody just shoves their business card in and none of them are going to be really good prospects for you, or the equivalent on your website. It might only be people that visit a particular page that are actually interested in what you do. The rest of the traffic could be people that got there by accident or your competitors looking at what you're doing. So we're spending a lot of money on marketing, but is it actually working? And the reason it might not be working is that your messaging is wrong and it's not focused around this competitive advantage that really makes you different.